Hello again, little Falkenstein children. It is your Uncle Jim with another edition of What Could It Be? Oh, it is the Intellectual Devotional. Oh, it's the greatest book ever. I love it. Thank goodness I'm back for another chapter. And this one is going to be really great. Again, it's called Kabbala. Spooky. It is kind of spooky. Let's find out. Maybe it's what cavemen used to say to each other. Instead of like, yeah, they'd say Kabbala. Maybe. Let's see. Kabbala, or Jewish mysticism, explains the many mysteries of Judaism. Pretty mysterious, that Judaism. It seeks to answer questions from, why did God create the earth and humans? To, why, if God is so good, is there evil in the world? Kabbala tries to arrive at mystical discoveries through the hermeneutical interpretation of Torah and Talmud. Its purpose is to find mystical truth or ascension to God. So, I think it means using magic and making stuff up to figure out stuff you don't know. So, it's better than studying. If, like, you don't know something and you just make up an answer, just say, I didn't know what the answer to 4 times 7 was, so I used Kabbala. Magic. Central to Kabbalistic belief is the notion that God has 2 forms. The one in which God manifested himself in order to create the earth, and another that is wholly unknowable. So there's the guy in the white beard, and then there's the magic one. Between these 2 aspects of God are 10 Sephirot, or creative forces, which mediate between the unknowable God and the manifested God. So there's 10 guys who go back and forth between the magic God and the whitebeard God. And they go back and forth trying to figure out what's going on. Practitioners of Kabbala believe these forces can be influenced to draw divine powers like compassion or judgment into the world. Kabbalism also holds that each letter in the Torah has a powerful meaning that can be deciphered. Wow. So, apparently, if you capture one of these 10 guys going back and forth, you can use them, and they know auto numbers and stuff, because they're talking to the 2 gods back and forth. Let's see. The most important Kabbalistic text is the Sefer HaZohar, or simply Zohar. This work was discovered, more likely written, by Moses ben Shem Tov del Leon in Spain during the 13th century. De Leon attributed the work to a 2nd century rabbi. This text was, as our other Kabbalistic texts, nearly incomprehensible, unless the reader already had a very strong knowledge of the Hebrew Bible. So, if you were to write something that nobody could understand, then you could make up your own religion. If you were in the 15th century. What century? We're like the 21st century. Oh, yeah. Well, let's see. Maybe you can still pull it off. Although Kabbala grew during the Middle Ages, its wide reach today stems from its spread during the 18th century, beginning with the Hasidic movement. The Hasidic movement, as nobody got sick. Or maybe that's what bowel movements used to be called. Sick movement, bowel. And I think that might be wrong. Let's find out. Today, Kabbala has made headlines as various celebrities have adopted its practice. However, most Kabbalistic experts insist this version of Kabbala, consisting of spiritual charms, stones, and necklaces, is a corruption of the tradition's true practice. So, I think it's, if you have stones and charms, it's kind of like Hogwarts, and if they pretended Hogwarts was Jewish. Think about that. That's probably kind of what it is. So let's see, critics of Kabbala dislike that it identifies 2 aspects of God, a notion difficult to reconcile with monotheism. They say, how can you have one God and then a pretend God, or a magic God and then a white-beard God, and they just want one God. So, whatever. The red string worn by celebrities adherents to Kabbala supposedly ward off evil spirits. Yeah, people wear red strings around their wrists, and they say, this keeps evil spirits away. So you know what I would do? I would wear one around, like, my head, if you really wanted to, because who cares if an evil spirit gets your hand? Like, I'd put it around my head, and then evil spirits could not get into your brain. There you go. That's why Kabbala could help you if you were worried about evil spirits. So we learned a lot about Kabbala, and crazy stuff on the Intellectual Devotional. See you guys next time, Uncle Jim. Bye.